Amazing. Welcome everybody to this evening. We're very excited to be able to offer you this very brief presentation for what is definitely a remarkable choose your own adventure opportunity. So Paul is going to run us through these few slides and then we'll have a chance for some questions and answer time afterwards. Paul, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you all on here. Excited to connect with you all. And for those of you, there's actually hundreds of you have kind of registered for this. So some of you will be on live and some of you will be watching back, which will be awesome. This is something that we've been talking about for a little while. We ran a call like this a few months ago called Leaving the Matrix. And I think just the title kind of says a fair bit about what the concept of the call is for. But I wanted to share with you at this kind of juncture in time that we are at in 2023, given where the world has been at in the last few years and where people are feeling differently into their lives and what that looks like and the trajectory of their lives and how they're using their time together as families and as communities, and how that might be able to possibly change if you could. For those that know me, you will know that I've talked for many years about this concept of being outside the matrix, living outside the matrix. And for me, the matrix is just that space where, we're born, we have a few lovely years at home with our mum and dad, driving them crazy and adding a few grey hairs to them. And then we go to school and we do that for 12 years, or maybe we do that for a few more years if we go on to university and get a degree or a trade. And then we work for 50 or 60 years. And hopefully somewhere in there, we've been able to save for a home and a car and things and had a few nice holidays, etc. Along the way. And generally then we retire and somehow try and manage to do that on less money than we were ever had while we were working. And that's kind of the matrix in my mind. So one of the things that I've always liked to share about that doTERRA has absolutely 100% brought to not just ourselves, Vanessa and I, and our family and our children, but also so many others in our team, where they have the opportunity to create a change in trajectory of their family's fortunes, not just with their financial life, but also with their health, because doTERRA has got the I guess blessed position of pairing the world's best essential oil and essential oil infused products with an opportunity to make money that allows us to be able to not have to be told when we can turn up to work and when we have to do things and how long we have to work for before we can have a break. We get to actually start to change those kind of things and choose for ourselves, which I think is really, really powerful and super important. So that's Leaving the Matrix, fueled by doTERRA. So and that has really been an amazing journey for us over the last 10 years. We have been all over the world. We've made friends all over the world. We get to live in a different way. And the one thing that I feel like that I have now, that this has given us and our family, that I never had in my previous business life prior to doTERRA, was that I've actually won back the one commodity that none of us can get any more of than any other person, and that's time and how we choose to use it. I have now autonomy over what I do and when I do it. And that even when you own your own business, that's not necessarily the situation. Sometimes a lot of people who go into business for themselves end up owned by their business. So I feel like this is an opportunity for a lot of people at this juncture in time right now to be able to maybe shift gears, look at another opportunity they might be able to add in, even if it's only a really part-time. As Jess mentioned, this is a choose your own adventure style kind of adventure, and you can do this full out and change your financial fortunes really quickly, or you can slowly add it to what you're doing, and whatever hours you have, whatever age you are, whatever your family looks like, whatever your life looks like, there is a space for you here to be able to improve your life with doTERRA. Slide please, Jess. All right, so for those who don't know, but maybe you've been invited to this call just because you want to kind of learn about how to make a great income, I want to kind of touch really, really quickly here on what it is that doTERRA is as a company. So doTERRA is a company that is known as the largest essential oil company in the world and has been since 2015. doTERRA has been around 15 years now. And we have an amazing range of low-tox natural health solutions that support the wellness of how you live your life. So whether it's essential oils, whether it's our amazing metabolic collagen-based supplement programs and supplements that we have, whether it's hair care you're interested in or low tox living, so that you don't have those toxic kind of cleaning products and personal care products like toothpaste and deodorants that are full of aluminiums and all these other horrible kind of additives that we really don't need in our lives, that also drive so many of the health conditions that people are experiencing. doTERRA has a really, really large range of, in Australia here, TGA approved products. I think it's the next slide, Jess. Yeah. So the TGA is the Therapeutic Goods Administration of Australia, and that's the organisation that governs everything that anybody wants to register that they want to make claims about from a health perspective. So if that includes all pharmaceutical medicines, but doTERRA has put itself in a place where we stand alone as the only large-scale essential oil company and supplement company that has its products registered with the TGA, and the registration category for our products is medicine. So, but natural medicine, which is really, really amazing, with a lot of claims that we're allowed to make about our products. So that does, from a competitive edge standpoint, it's really, really important when it comes to looking at this from a business standpoint. If you're on this call because you'd like to make some extra money and bring that into your home, well, then having a really, really competitive advantage is critical. And we have that because doTERRA has done the work over the last 15 years, done all the studies, backed up all of the information that we have come to know about our product range, and got it all down in science that's all proven that a government regulatory authority is able to have a look at and assess and issue a set of claims and certification that we're allowed to make about those products. So it does put us apart when it comes to that. One of the things that I think that the last few years has taught so many of us is that it's very easy to end up feeling alone, and there's been a lot of division and divisiveness in community over the last few years with a few of the kind of hot topics and issues that are around. And one of the things that I've really, really loved is that our doTERRA journey has not only been able to change our fortunes financially to the point where we've been fortunate enough to probably earn in most months what a lot of people would earn in a year these days from our doTERRA business. And it didn't take us 10 years to get to that. We got to that kind of level within just a couple of years. And we have confidence that we can actually show other people that are interested in doing that how to do that. So that's great. But one of the best things about it is that I think when you're born into a family, and there's an old saying that you can pick your nose and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family, right? So your family is someone that's given to you, and you kind of make the best of that. And every family is a little bit crazy, and every family has its challenges and its issues. But in doTERRA, we get to choose our family, and some of our dearest and closest friends that we spend time with just as friends outside of our business are people that we met since we found doTERRA. So that's been something that has made a massive difference. And I think for a lot of us also, we want to make a difference in the world. We want to actually be able to impact people's lives. We want to be able to impact their financial fortunes, their health. And we also, we want to leave some sort of a legacy that the time that we had here made a difference to a whole bunch of people. And that's really what opportunity exists there for you as well, to create a community of like-minded people that you can hang with. I've got a saying in doTERRA that your vibe attracts your tribe. So whatever your vibe is, whatever you're interested in, whatever your particular persuasions are, that's the kind of people you can attract, and you can do this business with them. Because really, what's also great about our doTERRA business, and for any great compensation plan, any great way to make an income, it needs to be backed by something that people find valuable from a product standpoint, that they get value from, and that they can't see themselves not using, which we definitely have in spades when it comes to the doTERRA product range. Super, super important that we have that. And we've got that to lean into all of the time. And that product range are actually literally cradle to the grave products. So when it comes to who is your market for doTERRA products, well, if they're walking around in a skin suit like we all are, and they have a pulse and a heartbeat, it's every person on earth is our market, actually, because there's nobody who has experienced this range of products that will actually say to you, it hasn't changed things for me. One of the great things is that, as you can see on the slide there now, is that you can actually do this business from absolutely anywhere. The amount of time that I just had this discussion with Telstra yesterday because the guy was not happy with the fact that I try and do all my business on this because this goes with me everywhere. And he goes, "Don't you take your laptop everywhere?" And I said, "No, because the app wasn't working, my Telstra app." But I can do this. If I've got an internet connection and I have one of these, I can do this business from anywhere. And there literally have been times where I've been able to teach classes and do Zoom calls and run meetings, and I might be in a hotel room, in an airport, or as the lady on the screen is, on the beach hanging out there. So that really does give you the opportunity to make your business mobile. So if you've ever had a dream of living somewhere differently, of changing, what your life looks like, or being able to not have to worry about if I take a holiday, my business suffers and I'm not there to watch it, and the staff always kind of make mistakes when I'm gone and all those kind of things. If you have a business of your own, then you can stay connected and do that, and you can literally do it from anywhere all over the world. And we have been doing that for a long time now, really successfully. So it truly is a mobile business. And someone here on the chat says that they certainly did that and still do that. Yeah. So how we change lives, this is kind of quite the conversation piece, this one, and we could talk about this for probably hours and hours, but I'll try and do it some form of justice in just a few short minutes. But with our products, we actually source our products all over the world where they grow naturally. Our essential oils, which are our kind of most loved and famous kind of products that we have, they come from everywhere. We get oils from France and Bulgaria and China and Indonesia and India and Australia and Africa. I mean, every continent pretty much, with the exception of Antarctica. I'm sure we get oils from pretty much every other continent. And one of the things that we have worked with, and that my wife Vanessa and I and many of our team that work with us in doTERRA have been able to experience, is to go and travel to these places. As you can see, one of the photos on the left of the screen there is in Africa, in the southeast corner of Kenya, where we source some of our essential oils, and we're able to go there and actually make a change to these people's lives, because they don't any longer have to work through and sell their natural resource through brokers and middlemen who often mistreat them, and they're poorly paid or late paid, anything like that. I've been able to witness in lots of countries around the world, in Africa, in Nepal, in Hawaii, in Australia, lots of places, and so have our team in France and Bulgaria and other places, where we source our products and have a massive impact in those communities. Because what doTERRA does is look to actually not only source their essential oils around the world from where they grow naturally, which we find gives us the highest therapeutic value essential oils, but we also look at the social issues and challenges that exist in those communities and work with them to create sustainable change for those people. So we might partner with them to help them create a school. We might partner with them to get a clean water source so that we can stop the amount of waterborne disease. In more developed countries, it might be an environmental change that we're looking to help with from an invasive species that's coming in and killing off the local flora. So lots of things that we get to do there. And these are actually trips that, as people who partner with us on this doTERRA journey, have the opportunity to go and do these journeys as well, which is cool. Obviously, we change people's lives and their families with their health benefits. And one of the things that I really love is the financial change that it can make. For us in our own family, the opportunities that we've been able to give our children over the last 10 years, who are now 21 and 18, have been something that, if you had have told me 21 years ago that this is what you will be able to give, the opportunities you'll be able to give your children as they grow into young adults, I might not have believed that was possible. But we've got two amazing, beautiful young children who are really, really intelligent. They've been exposed to a lot of events, a lot of amazing speakers and influencers in their lives that they can count as their own dear friends, that have also influenced them to make them into amazing young people. And they, we say it takes a village, right, to raise a child. Well, the doTERRA village is a great place to raise a family. And of course, we have those family members, team members, family members all over the world. Slide, please, Jess. All right, so options. This kind of, we mentioned at the start, and so did Jess, about this choose your own adventure kind of method. So there traditionally is a few different ways that people like to play the game of doTERRA, whether it be our essential oils or our supplements that they're passionate about when it comes from a product side, or whether it's just the compensation plan. There's a few things you can do. One is that you can play the game in a really, really small part-time way, just giving maybe a few hours a week tops, and you can get your doTERRA products for free and just enjoy the amazing community and be in a space where you feel like, gee, they're just all nice people. This is a great place for me to hang out. I find that this is something that I hear a lot from our customers and our teams, that, gee, everyone in doTERRA is really, really nice. So if that's what you want, that's kind of maybe option one. Okay. The second one is that you might like to not only enjoy getting your products for free, but then also actually have some extra part-time income coming into the home, just to help with whatever it might be, whether it's to pay the mortgage down more quickly, or to save for a holiday, or you need to, you want to do some renovations or change your car, or whatever it is might be the purpose, that you can look at just finding that extra sort of maybe 6 to 10 hours a week where you could do some part-time work. You can make it fit around your family life, whatever that looks like, whatever your work life looks like, you can make it fit around that. And a lot of the really successful wellness advocates in our team, they have a part-time job, a full-time job, they're managing a house and family, they've got all those kind of things going on, and they do their doTERRA work around all of those things. And what's great in that space is that it allows you to always be able to put your family first. They get to be the absolute priority, and then you can do your doTERRA activity whenever it fits around that. The third option there is to replace a current income stream. So that might be something a little bit like the concept of, I'm overdoing what I'm doing, but it does give a great income for us, and we need it to be able to pay for everything to support our family. So what if you could, over a period of something like maybe a couple of years is reasonable, slowly but surely transition yourself from having to work full-time for someone else or in a business that you no longer have much passion for, and slowly shift that time and transition yourself to a point where the income is growing. There's a residual component to it as well, a very strong residual component to what we do, where someone who becomes a customer, no matter what they buy for the rest of their life, you get rewarded for that. And if they go on and start sharing doTERRA, even in another country, somewhere else around the world, and a whole bunch of people start to become customers of and using these amazing products, you also get rewarded for that. So this is fantastic, that every effort that you make, and one of the things that I love most about doTERRA is every effort you make is creating a volume of work that will continue to reward you into the future. So it's not a case of, I work this amount of hours this week and I only get this. Someone told me a while back, many years ago now, and it made such sense at the time, that as a really young man, I thought, well, it governed the choices that I made as far as work was concerned, and what opportunities I might take. But he said to me, if you want to work for somebody else as an employee, it's fine to do that, but you need to understand that they are buying your time and your life at a wholesale price, so they can use your efforts and your work and sell it at a retail price, and they get to keep the profit on your effort and your time that you give. And as soon as he said that to me, my instant response was like, well, no way. If I'm going to put in the time and effort, I want the benefit. I want all the benefit, not just the wholesale value of the benefit. I want the retail. I want the full whack of every minute, every hour, every second that I put in. If I want to put in effort that goes beyond the norm, and I'm working as something extra, maybe outside of my job and on top of my family commitments, I want to get the full benefit from that effort. So that's what happens there. And then the last one, obviously, of course, in that little spot there, is that you get to actually maybe not just replace an income, but you can actually create a powerful and generational change in your legacy. I look at my son now as a great example, and my daughter, who have both actually gone out into the world as young people and starting to make their way with their own lives, and make great decisions around investment from a very young age, starting to invest money to create generational wealth for themselves and their future. So they're already thinking differently than they might have if we had not taken on this doTERRA journey. So the possibilities, if you can read that, those kind of numbers there. When I first saw this document 10 years ago, I want to say to you that I thought that some of these numbers sounded ridiculous. And I come from a small country town, and one of the mottos of the people around that town was, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. So when you look at these kind of these income numbers up at the purple square towards the sort of top of the screen towards the right, you see an amount of $100,000+ per month. And when I first heard that, I thought, that's ridiculous. That's kind of movie star money. And I am very happy to say that I was wrong. And these are real amounts of money that you actually get paid at these ranks throughout doTERRA. But one of the things that I really love, we look at the beginning, down at the first rank there, Elite, $3,000 or US or PV per month in purchasing, creating a few $100s extra per month. We can routinely get people to there in a few months. Just that extra few $100s sometimes makes all the difference, so that you can offer the kids those opportunities to go on the school camp or to buy the new sports gear or whatever it might be. The next level there, I think Premier and Silver, those levels there of sort of in that $1,000 to $2,000 a month, changes the game for a lot of people. That changes the ease with which you enjoy your financial life, and maybe remove some of the stresses that you have, right? So I think this is really, really critical to be able to see that. And yes, these are US dollar amounts that we're looking at here. And this is where the choose your own adventure style kind of thing begins. You get to actually look at that and go, okay, which of those amounts per month would I like to be earning? And in Team Alchemy, we actually have a formula of how much activity and how many hours it takes to be able to get you to those levels. So we can tell you how many hours. But to give you an example, a really kind of good example for us, for people who wanted to replace and maybe multiply their income, the rank of diamond, the kind of aqua blue one there in the middle of the screen, which I think reads something like around the $17,000 mark. All of the diamonds that in our team that made it to there were able to do so in 2 years with about 25 hours per week, which is, I think, not a very long time and not a huge hours input on a weekly basis to be able to get to that kind of an income change. But we can work with anybody at any level who wants to. Either, remember, step one is just get your oils and products for free. So you can do that. If you'd like that, and to be able to take care of your family's health and provide amazing, in-home healthcare and empowered decisions that you can make for yourself as caregivers in the home, and you'd like to be able to get those for free, then whoever invited you to this, talk to them about what it takes to get to that. But that's just a few hours a week, literally maximum, and we can help you with that. Second way, a few more hours, but part-time income, and then third way, replace and multiply your income. So that's kind of the three ways. I'd like you guys to use the chat, and if you can, pop the chat in the chat whether you're a 1, 2, or 3. You want to get your product for free, you'd like a part-time income, or you'd like to look at the option of replacing and multiplying your income. Okay, next slide. All right. We have an opportunity in October, a little fun kind of thing for you guys that we are running. We're running a program called the Grow Club in October, and it's actually designed to teach you how to get your doTERRA products for free. Okay, there's going to be lots of prizes and doTERRA products we're giving away in there as well, which is cool. And it just is, you're going to have mentor pods of people who are actually experienced in the business to be able to help you move forward to start doing your doTERRA business. We're going to have some WhatsApp chats, which will be an environment of learning and celebration of each other's successes and those kind of things in there. So a lot of opportunity for you guys to start this in October and move into your new business really, really effectively with a lot of support and help from all the team members in the team here. Jess, did you have anything you want to add on that?
Am I unmuted? Oh, I am. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I just wanted to just highlight the fact with the choose your own adventure opportunity that it is it looks different for everybody, and that income that you were talking about is obviously real, and you get rewarded for effort that you put into, which we all love, and you don't have to quit your day job to add this in. But it's such an amazing, like, Paul, being the person that he is, isn't thinking about it as a lot of us younger mums who are staying at home with babies and able to not go back to leaving the household and leaving different jobs. So depending on the situation that you're in and you're on this call, reach out to us and have a chat. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's business. The thing that stands out for me the most in doTERRA is the flexibility around what you want to make it look like for you. So that's why on these calls, we don't tend to talk about a whole lot of specifics, because you get to make that the way that works for you. So this conversation needs to be taken off here and into smaller groups.
Sure. No, love it. Great point, Jess. I mean, it really is a business for everyone. And we actually have people in our team in their 20s, and we have people in our team in their 70s. So it really is kind of, choose your own adventure, no matter what stage of life you're at. So final steps for you here on this before we jump off record is connect with us or whoever invited you to this call. So if you have someone specifically that you invited, I encourage you, were invited by, I encourage you to go back to them and have a conversation with them. That person who invited you is welcome to reach out and also ask myself or Vanessa to participate in a conversation with you guys about what this might look like. We're happy to support anybody in our team to be able to make a go of this. So on the screen there now are the places that you can connect with us. But remember, if someone invited you, connect with them first would be my my guidance there. And we look forward to connecting with you guys soon. But this has been a really amazing time we're experiencing right now in doTERRA. There's like a huge resurgence, a huge surge of new and exciting energy, new product ranges, new growth all around the world. So I'm excited to partner with anybody who's ready to go for it with their doTERRA business. And we will stop record now, and we will go to some Q&A. If you guys have got some questions, feel free to ask away.